Welcome to episode 3 of Tech News on Laughing Lark Labs. The first thing I want to talk about today is a company called Metalens. This company came out of stealth operation in early February. Their goal is to replace conventional camera lenses using silicon manufacturing techniques. Traditional camera lenses are made from multiple elements made out of glass or plastic. Each element is needed to correct aberrations and distortions caused by bending the light. The more elements needed, the thicker the lens becomes, and this can be a problem for smartphone applications. Metalens is building their lenses out of nanostructures. The lenses would basically be one element of silicon that had multiple nano lenses inside of it. The multiple lenses in one layer would still result in a sharp and bright image, but would be a lot thinner. Because these lenses are made using older silicon manufacturing processes, we already have very efficient ways to create them. Metalens is hoping to ship their first product in 2022, and this would probably be part of a 3D sensor for a mobile phone. Our next story is about PlayStation 5 internal storage expansion. Bloomberg is reporting that Sony will bring the ability to expand the internal storage of the PlayStation 5 this summer. Currently, the PlayStation 5 ships with an 825 gig SSD, and 667 gigs of that is usable. PlayStation 5 internal storage expansion is done through an M2 slot inside of the PlayStation 5. This is a really common standard for storage on PCs today. PlayStation's NVMe drive is capable of 5.5 gigabytes per second of throughput, but Sony did say that a faster drive would be required for expansion. This is because the PlayStation 5's custom NVMe drive supports 6 levels of priority, whereas the NVMe standard only supports 2 levels of priority. Our next story is that DJI released their first FPV drone this week. In general, FPV drones are much faster and more agile than what we traditionally think of from a DJI drone, but it does not have the safety features which can make them more accident prone. Another difference from a standard drone you would think of is that an FPV drone uses a head-mounted display. This is where it gets the name FPV, which stands for first person view. DJI also bundled a new type of control for this drone. It's a single-handed motion controller, which is fairly different from any other drone that I've seen before. Being that this is a DJI drone, you still can enable all the safety features you would get on something like the Mavic line, but you can turn those on and off individually based on your skill level. This drone will retail for $12.99 US and it's shipping now. For our final story, I want to give an update about the RTX 3060. Last week we talked about NVIDIA's efforts with the RTX 3060 to make more GPUs available to gamers. It seems this did not really work out as the card sold out almost immediately, and you can find a lot of cards going for higher prices than MSRP. If you check the comments from last week's video, I linked to an article from Tom's Hardware that talked about how the card only actually blocks Ethereum mining, so it can still be used to turn a profit in other sorts of cryptocurrency. Personally, I won't be buying a new GPU until the current cryptocurrency bubble pops. That's it for this week's tech news. As usual, I hope you found it interesting.